to another Coffee with Kilroy. This week, I've had a special series where I've covered not only postcard games, but a series of postcard games. 4, in fact, and I'm up to number 4. We finally made it. This is the Peiper series published by Against the Odds magazine, or LPS Inc., which are a series of postcard games covering the Peiper offensive or attack or assault during Battle of the Bulge in the Ardennes in December of 1944. Now, I'll put a link to the other games I've covered, but basically it's a series of postcard games that this is map A, here's map B, here's map C, and they cover different aspects of this offensive. You have your counters along the side here, and you have the rules along the back. Usually 2 columns with a chart here with all your key indicators, also your unit reference telling you about your anti-tank value or anti-infantry value, but all the key information here on the back of the card or postcard to play the game. And so covered paying the Peiper, a dash of Peiper, and a bagged Peiper, or the bagged Peiper. Now we're up to Peiper. This is number 4. We finally get the climax of the operation. As you can see here, you have the rules in two columns here. Oh, let's get a sip here. And let's go in a little bit closer before I get into too much detail on these. So you can see a little bit closer about what's going on. So you have your counters. You can see they're double-sided. You clip these out to play the game. Now, with this series, they actually provided die-cut counters. They provide die-cut counters for most of, I think now, going forward, they have die-cut counters for all their postcard games. And they usually send them to you along with the postcard when you get the postcard when you buy a magazine that also has a game as well. So it's a twofer, right? But now they actually send out die-cut counters, and for this series they sent out a double. Normally it's a strip of 2 lines of counters. Now it's 4 because this is the counters for this entire series. So you don't have to clip these out, and they're decent quality counters. There's a good thickness there. They're very clear, as you can see, and double-sided. And although the one downside of these is sometimes they come out a little rough on the edges and you get nibs, and although I'm not typically a clipper, these kind of make me want to clip. Now, I'll probably be spending a lot of time if I want to go back and clip all my ATO games and all my decision games and magazine games, but yeah, that's a project for retirement, right? Anyway, so you get really nice counters here, or you can do it the old-fashioned way and just cut these out. Here's your rule set on here. This is a Paul Rohrbaugh game, and a lot of his designs, especially his postcard designs, use a standard deck of cards as its random generator. So you don't have dice, you just need to get a standard deck of cards, add 1 joker in, and you're good to go. And his cards do everything. That card deck will do everything from determining activations, based on the color. Black might be one side, red is another, and also the numbers on that will be used for how many activations you get, with maybe some factoring, or also for combats. You'll use that number and compare it with some terrain modifiers, and then compare it to maybe what the number is on what unit you're fighting, whether you're going against a tank or going against an infantry. So a standard deck of cards and this postcard game is all you need, and a pair of scissors if you're going to clip this out. And so they're very self-contained. Each one has, especially in this series, each one has a little bit different victory conditions of what you're trying to accomplish. Again, this is map A, map B, map C, and then this is map D right here. So they're very easy to pick up type games. Again, you only have 2 columns of rules here. Sometimes there's some special rules. Here you have German supply is not, and maybe not in every different game. You have bridge demolition. That's in some of these different variants here. And you have like the bridge down marker there. So all the rules you need are self-contained here, which if you don't have an extra copy of this or don't make a copy of it, it makes it kind of tough once you lay out the board of how do you refer to the rules. So a lot of people like to blow these up and make their own game out of it. And if you blow this up, then these probably fit a little bit better in the hexes as well. I mean, these fit just tight in there. These fit a little bit, even more snug. So blowing this up might not be too bad. Plus, if you blow up all 4 of these, you've got an interesting look at the entire Peiper offensive. So there you have it. I finally got to the end of the Peiper series. Started out with paying the Peiper here, then a dash of Peiper, then the bagged Peiper, and now Peiper. There you go. That is this series. Love to know your thoughts on this series. What do you think about this series? What do you think about postcard games in general? What do you think about Paul Robar's system with the cards, and how does that play out? Or are you, like the dice better, or like using dice better? Love to know what you think about any of this stuff. Most importantly, I'm just happy you stopped by and sharing a cup of coffee with me. And the best way I know you stopped by, drop me a comment. Talk about any of this stuff. Just keep it civil. Anyway, that's what I have for you today. Thanks for stopping me by. I try to post these up in the morning when people, at least morning in the U.S., when people are having coffee. But you can watch this any time of day. And I'm just happy you stopped by and to spend some time with me. Take care. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.